Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Thursday night, almost into Friday. There's a lot going on, y'all, a lot going on. And the next big one is coming. And it will most likely make the last one look like child's play. That's just the feeling I have. And I'm going to go more into it on a story I read a while ago or earlier today. All right. I got some other updates that are important to cover, some breaking news, and also have a very good passage that I will share towards the end of the video. But first, we're slap dab in the middle of winter, but it's a good time to plan and get your gardening stuff together for the spring, summer. All right. Start your planning, your supplies, your soil, your raised beds, your seeds. What are you going to need? Start thinking about that stuff now. Try to start securing it. Mrs. Dawg is definitely hard at work at it right here, for sure. Already planning on what she's going to plant out there. All right. Also, I saw this story earlier. Oh, this was yesterday, actually. Y'all might have seen this. New York City or near New York City, James Madison High School. They've closed it down, at least temporarily, to house the illegal migrants. Okay, I don't get. Talk about not making sense on multiple levels. But first, of all places, a school. It's one thing to knock people out of a hotel. That's bad enough. But a school? And force them to go a high school and force them to do remote learning because you're going to put some folks in there, a shelter in a school that came in illegally. I don't get it. But a lot of things we don't get these days, right? So they're going to keep them home and shelter them there. So they're canceling class, sporting events, all kinds of other events, and remote learning. It's been proven, especially during the last health crisis. Remote learning is dismal at best. It's no learning. There's no learning. Again, more America last policy. America last. We're the last. We come in last. Citizens. We go to work every day. Take care of business. We pay our taxes, but we're last. They loathe you. Loathe. Loathe you. It's the truth. It's going to come to blows, too, because they were talking to some of these parents, man, and they are pissed off. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Something's got to give. Something will give. Something will give. It will. Watch. All right. So that was that was just one of those stories that'll make you mad. Um, also saw a story where United States inflation edged up. No kidding. 0.3% is the official number, the CPI, in December over the previous month, more than expected. Well, duh, we know this. I mean, regular people know this that have to go buy food, pay rent, pay insurance, pay car auto insurance, repairs on your auto, utilities, just bills. I'm not going down. Your paycheck's going down as a result. You might say, well, dog, I got a little raise. No, you didn't. Because if you factor in the real inflation number, you didn't get a raise. You got a decrease. And it's continuing to decrease. I promise you. In almost every case. Now, I'm sure there are probably exceptions. Okay. But that was an interesting story. But at least they didn't come out and say the total bull-faced lie and say, that it's actually decreasing. We know it hasn't been decreasing anyway. Wall Street Journal came out with a story saying that cancer is striking more and more young people. Doctors are alarmed and baffled. Many more young people, especially people under 55 years of age, are getting cancer. And not only that, when they're finding it out, they're in like late stages, like almost dead already. Now, it's sad, for one thing. It's very sad. And to say that the doctors are alarmed and baffled, Yeah, you should be alarmed. Baffled? I don't know about that. I think that we have some ideas of why that is now. But it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. I know I have at least one family member that I know of that's under the age of 55 that when they found the cancer, it was already in I think stage 4. They're doing aggressive treatment on it. It's up in the air whether that person's going to survive. It's sad, really. It really is. Speaking of which, our favorite three-letter agency, the WEF. It's about that time again. Don't seem like it's been a year ago where they had their little meeting in Davos, Switzerland. I think that's in Switzerland. They will discuss and prepare for disease X, which they say could be 20 times more deadly than the coronavirus pandemic. 20 times more fatalities. Now, how are they coming up with these numbers? How are they so sure? They seem very specific. You got to ask why. Why are they so specific and why do they seem very sure that they've got to prepare for this? Does make you wonder, huh? I mean, really. But they're very specific about that. We'll see. But I think, it does make you wonder what's being in the work. What it is what is in the works, you know what I mean? And we need to prepare and not be too surprised when something like this just jumps on the scene. I think these little things we're seeing right now, the hospitals are pretty busy right now. We're in flu season. A lot of people have these mysterious respiratory illnesses and all this kind of stuff, the 90-day cough, flu, and then they get better and then you get it again, crazy crap like that you never used to hear about. It just keeps on and on. I hear a lot from y'all. You're struggling with it. Um, I'm telling you, it just makes you wonder. And that's why I get the feeling that yeah, that big one is coming. That big one is coming. And I just really think it is. And I think we need to prepare best we can. Um, but if you're truly looking at something 20 times more fatal than the last health emergency, that would be true SHTF. That would be it. Um, yeah, that would do it. I'm not gonna go too far into that. Okay. Um, oh yeah, and then the breaking news I saw a while ago. Reports are that the United States and the UK military are launching, or maybe already have, launching massive attacks on Yemen tonight. The Houthi rebels that have been attacking shipping through the Red Sea for the last month or so without anything in response. Now, I have mixed feelings about us being involved and all that stuff in war. I think we should be minding our own business. Should we protect our shipping through there? Yeah, sure. And now when I read this, and it said that Biden is supposed to speak on it tonight. The UK Prime Minister spoke on it earlier, I believe. And for one thing, it's hard to find this in the media now. I had to go to a foreign source to really get the story about what the United States is involved in, and that's kind of sad in a way too. Not surprising though, but it'll it'll be curious to see exactly what they did, or try to get some information about the attack they did. But personally, and I'm not in the military. I'm not a military expert. Okay, there's probably a reason I'm not. There's a reason I'm not in charge. But the way I look at it, if you're going to do something, you go big or go home. And I don't know the extent of what they did here, but these Houthi rebels, these in Yemen, been lobbing these little missiles and all that over at shipping and the United States Navy with no response for all these weeks. And sure, they're just going to keep doing it. So yeah, you should pound the crap out of them. I mean, totally eliminate their ability to keep doing it. But my concern here is that this is just going to be like a little tap, like this is a little slap on the hand. Don't shoot missiles at us anymore. No, No proportion response. Go big or go home. Take it out. Take out the ability for them to do that. I mean, you can do that. Why not? That's just my thought. If you're gonna wage war, wage war. Now, I'm not for that. I'm not a warmonger by any means. But if you're gonna do it, no half measures here. Go in. Take care of business. You know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It'll be interesting to see. Okay. What else? But yeah, share your thoughts on that, and share your thoughts on the Davos meeting. That should be a little interesting. Personally, I believe those folks. Some of these three-letter place folks like this. I don't, especially that one, the WEF. I just wonder. I don't. A lot of people behave like they have a whole lot of power. I don't know. I just don't know. I think they're a little desperate, actually. I think they're a little. Sometimes they can be a little desperate, and I just wouldn't be afraid of these people. But yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of a thought too. I may be totally wrong there. I get it. All right, I'm going to go to the verse because we need some Jesus. We need some verse here. All right, I picked this one out of the devotional. Kind of spoke to me. Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 14 says, "When times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this: God has made the one as well as the other." Isn't that the truth? He's made both, good and bad. So be happy when things are going well. But when things are going bad, we need to keep the faith and still praise the Lord because He's made both, like this says. And in most every case, when you're going through the bad times, when that cloud will not leave you, just know that we're in a broken world. We have free will, and we're not promised not to go through trials and bad times, but we are promised that He will see us through it. He will carry us through it. And almost every time on the other end, we're better off. We come out stronger, or He's put us in a better situation. When at the time you're going through it, didn't seem like that. You're like, when's this cloud going to go over, Lord? Lord, I'm being patient here. Continue to be patient. He will see you through it and endure it. That's what we're supposed to do. And at the end, you're going to be like, well, maybe I had to go through that to get to the better situation. Or, I promise it will happen. So keep the faith, be patient, and hang in there and hang tough. All right. Share your thoughts, share your prayer requests. We will continue to pray for you. Let's keep being aware out there. Be safe. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.